Okay, chat. So what are we doing? Good question. So what this is uh I was playing with Skedaddle, right? And we all know Skedaddle, like my little prodigy that I'm trying to get to GM. If I can get anyone to GM, I'll get him to GM. And I was playing with him on a smart just for fun with like a stack. And we bumped into Retro in a stack of his own.
And then I realized that
Why is it not?
the
hell?
for the past 5 minutes.
Okay, this is not loading. This sucks. So we bumped into him and queued against his stack, and they were technically even teams. We both had 2 GMs on each team, and I don't know like what their team looked like, but we had like someone who was like low plat, and then like he's barely low plat if that, and he's just doesn't really play the game. He's not very good anymore. He used to be okay, and we played a game against each other. So I wanted to go through what happened. And so the beginning of the game actually is us pretty much getting full held for 4 minutes. And we just broke it at the end. And I want to go through what the difference is pretty much between a diamond team, even if they're getting like some help from high level players, and a GM team, not just skill, but like what goes through our heads? What are we talking about? What are the adjustments we make mid-game, mid-round? What do we realize needs to be done for us to win the game? So, I haven't seen any of this at all, and I'm going to go first 4 minutes of their side, and then first 4 minutes of our side, and show you what the differences are. So, I'll let it roll. And in the beginning here, I don't think he realized it was me. And I laughed in all chat to try to give a different type of like what's up. Let's see if he hits tab again. Yeah. So there I am. I'm hidden. I'm on my other account, and they do pretty good here holding us. If it wasn't for a couple swaps, we would have lost this. So for the fire strike in the beginning, this was actually not. This is a good idea, but you didn't aim it. Like, you want to aim this at a door. Like, this doesn't hit anything. Because you probably would have got a couple of us. I was looking for it, but I was looking at the other door. So I wouldn't have been hit regardless, but...
Careful.
So I take a lot of damage here and actually get forced to play really, really slow. Which I'm not sure if they recognize, but their Hanzo is on the high ground above here, just slowly doing damage. And so, this is actually really good defensive play here, because they're letting their Hanzo, who's their sniper up top, just do what he needs to be doing to really start picking us off and chunking us down. So I can't actually make a move here. And this playing slow is exactly what you need to be doing in this kind of a stack. So playing in team like LFG, or with like friends or in a scrim environment, is much different than solo queue. So he has trust here at that his sniper's doing the most. So I spot Doomfist on the side here, but I'm not sure if they noticed that I spotted him.
Shatter, by the way.
I don't have Shatter, I don't think. Because I haven't done much. Oh no, I did. I wasted it. And they just do a great job here. They're cycling ults, but the biggest thing is he's not pushing hard, right? And it ends up becoming a bane for them later on, which is kind of about how everybody has a playstyle, but you need to have a couple of different playstyles in your playbook.
Hold on. We're
be able to change up.
We're gonna shatter.
Oh, I get nailed by this. I wasn't actually expecting this. This was actually really well done. And
and go.
Oh my god, you're absolutely nuts.
I ended up getting nailed. I'm not sure why, but pretty much we're just getting rolled here. Like the cycling of ults, well done. He's finally made his big play. Other than that, though, super defensive, doing what a main tank needs to be doing. Space, not a hard carry play style. That's fine. No, it's I think 2 more fights, 1 or 2 more fights before things change. Their comms are kind of not what I expected, though. There's not a lot of talking. Richard's also kind of loud here, so I can't totally hear him or everybody else without like really turning him up. goes defensive again because their team's
Don't
doing a lot
worry.
of damage.
We're fragging. We're fragging.
This is really good because he's low damage. The Doofus
Don't
comes
worry.
in
We're
though,
fragging.
and they're able to just kind of hold it. This is where things start to change, though. This is where we make some changes. No, actually, is it one more fight? It might be one more fight. It might be the very last fight that we can make changes. But I don't believe they make any changes to their style when we make changes, which is their biggest downfall in the end. So this whole thing, this whole sequence was honestly super well played. Super well played. Because he's doing what he needs to be doing. There's not much I can really say here, other than micro techniques and whatnot, just because of flashbang. I'm not flashbang. Fire strikes and stuff like that. I actually they get the shatter off because our off tank called bubble. So I went to get enough charge for my shatter because I didn't have it yet, and they get the big shatter on our team. But this is where the big changes happen. They hit tab, and he doesn't announce that they've made changes.
Wait, Flats. I know that.
They don't make any changes. They make no changes that we've made changes, though.
No, he's like a top 500. He's probably just on the Smurf.
Oh well, exposed.
Because Flats OW is a Smurf.
But this is where things change. This is where we go fucking hard because we made changes to our comp. And I know what needed to be changed and what not needed to be changed. They hit tab and then nobody announced it though.
Yeah, we lost that.
So what we did is we switched to a Lucio to be able to speed boost the tanks in and just go past their tank line. So if you've noticed throughout the entire game, he's been playing super defensive, right? And no, he's not scared because he realized it was me. He played defensive the entire time. He never played aggressive the whole game. And this is what ends up being the downfall. I told him I would tell him later on because, like, you know, the lobby ended and whatnot. But this whole, you'll see the rest of the game. It's the same style. He's trying to let his snipers do the work and playing defensive with his supports, which isn't a bad move. But once we've changed our play style, this is where they need to change theirs.
Rein low.
Do you see how like aggressive we've become? Like I've just went like as hard and deep as I could. Oh yeah, hang on. We didn't go my point. My fault. We'll just go to the other side. So ours is super different though, right? On how ours goes. Oh, it's muted. There we go.
The other side should be.
It has music. Hopefully that doesn't fuck us.
Oh, he's on Rein too. Oh, here we go. They're literally feeding
So we lose our Ana. We had really no supports. I had to play really slow. Try to just like see if we can get some picks. Not getting picks. Our Junkrat, he was our worst player. Ends up going like for the flank and just dies on point. And our six that we got queued with us, like our random wasn't very good either. So that's why we ended up switching our comp the way we did. But see how the way they were playing once we lost our Ana? I actually can't do anything at all to break through. And I don't give up my space while I was in there, which ends up giving him enough for a shatter because he's able to fire strike off of me. But that positioning might have been just enough to give an opening for someone else on my team. So it ends up kind of being worth it, in a way. But as you see how the round goes, it just wasn't enough. When it died to the dragon, though,
I'm down to the dragon.
And I just want to reset. I tried to die to the dragon, and I kind of pop out the last second because I saw a pick. I thought like maybe we had a chance. The reason I died to the dragon there is you give no ult charge if you die to an ultimate. That's why grab dragon in the very beginning of a fight is typically not a good idea because you're kind of shooting in the foot your own ult economy. So in this case here, I knew the fight was over, so I just stayed into the dragon for most of it and then flipped around right at the end. And I gave like 30 ult. I blow the shatter there so badly. And just like, we don't have nano now. Things are not going well. Things are not going good at all.
I still need half a second personally.
And it's kind of, we're all kind of just like, you can hear the demoralization. It's getting bad. Like,
switch back to Doomfist. Oh, let's see.
Nobody's really talking. The talking that is happening is kind of just complaining. Things aren't really going well. So this isn't where we make our plan yet. Our plan doesn't come out for a while. You'll hear me and our off tank start talking about it. That's where things change. This is where they kind of like just push out. They use the dragon to cover themselves. They counter grab us, and nobody dies in this. I think the tire comes out and one person dies, but that's it. They pop nano. There's just not much we can really do here.
Wow.
We've kind of lost this. But we're getting rolled. Something needs to be changed
Can you go
now.
Lucio?
So this is when we start making changes.
What?
Talking to me?
Yeah.
No, it's all mapped from Ben.
Just literally hit speed boost. That's it.
No, it's all mapped from Ben. I had to reset everything.
Just hit reset all then. Hit restore default.
That's what I was trying to tell them to make swaps, and like, yeah, I was getting told no. This is like just like our friends were queuing with, and like, you know, there's like the good players and like the not as good, and like he just told me no, like he's not gonna swap. And after this is where we lose this fight. Also, right there, I tried to bait out a shatter, and he bubbles me, and I go for the fire strike because of the bubble, and just we get shattered, which sucks. Because that just that killed us. But we have one fight left, and we need to make a play. Let's get the exit pick. It's not really totally enough. Marco, what's up, buddy?
Bubble deep from every shatter. Yeah, I know. But I got their Doomfist. We still have time. I have shatter coming out.
I like need to swap Diva.
The best thing about killing their Doomfist though, right there, was their Doomfist isn't going to be in position to finish us at the end. Fuck up the charge to come out. This is not going good for us. This is not going well.
Come grab me, Rein.
But look at the time. The time is we have 10 seconds left to make this fight happen. And then this is where things just roll. I get fucking bash shattered, or bashed, so I lose my shatter. But because of the speed boost, we just push straight back past their front line and just go for it. I took so much damage throughout that fight, but I got hard pocketed. I just didn't get fucking punished at all. Our Ana unfortunately doesn't come to me. She hasn't in a long time, really. But pretty much just as much as damage as I took during that fight, without me being nanoed and just all the chaos breaking loose with the Lucio, was enough for us to swing this fight. And then from this point on, this is where things get a little bit more interesting. I don't think they stop us for the rest of this game.
Careful, there's a lot of people in that room right there.
I go for the magic charge, hoping we can get someone. Get bubbled, get out. This is where I think frustration after this point starts to set in. So this is about where we are in Rush's point of view. The countercharge Doomfist saves us because it just gives us a free kill on him. Waste the shatter for the push, but it ends up not really mattering. This whole time we're pushed up super hard, as we were talking about in the last VOD. We have one person on cart, nobody's died.
Slow.
Just say that guy. It's really good. I thought you were so. Oh my god, I'm done. So we have 3 on cart, but we have 3 pushed up, right? So it's like we're getting as much cart push as possible, so it's only going to be one more fight, or we're trying to make it one more fight.
They pulled out
And
the Bastion.
oh, did they win this fight? I think they might win this fight. I get nanoed. I'm not sure why I got nanoed. That fight was over. Yeah, so we lost that fight. Okay. At the end of the second point, I'll switch back, though. But they pulled out Bastion? I'm not sure why they pulled out the Bastion. I'm still questioning it. Because, like, it wasn't bad. Like, it kind of stopped us, but it stopped us because it surprised us, honestly. Because we didn't hit tab and look.
We have beat for this fight. We can go hard with the beat.
We have to go to the back door.
Do you want to contest this Hanzo?
Also, their Hanzo was very good.
I can't get.
Very good.
I'll be dealing with
This is why I'm walking up very shield heavy, even if it's a diamond game. He was just picking us apart in the beginning. So we get this is not a great beat, but hey, he doesn't really play Lucio, so fuck it. With the shatter. This is one of those things that like you just don't charge after a shatter, even though I didn't have it on cooldown. You just don't charge. Is there a Discord? What do you mean? Like to join? Yeah. So it's right below.
Three on.
Push out for staggers here. Whiff.
Let's see.
See, the reason this is like as I'm trying to keep the theme with the last video that this is a good time to push out to stagger is because we've capped, so our spawn is right there. So if we die here, there's no penalty to us really.
Yeah, the door's still
Plus we're on attack. Pushing out for staggers on attack is a lot easier than on defense. So we lose 2 right there, our Lucio and our Doomfist, but it doesn't matter. They don't stop us. The cart just keeps rolling. So yeah, you might have won the stagger war, but it's not enough. And that's where I'm going to pause it. Right there. At that shatter. I planned it for that. Alright, let's go back to the other side. Let's see how things go. Now that things are kind of not going in their favor. What changes? Because they've been calming pretty well. Not a lot. Kind of quiet, but calming has been pretty good. They've been doing really good with cycling their ults. Let's see what they do from here. What changes on their side? Because the only thing we're doing is playing hyper aggressive, which is, I guess, the reason for the Bastion pick. Also, this charge I was not a fan of. Like, even in the game, I said I was gonna make a note of that. Oh, no, it's not there. Where is it? Is it later? It's later, actually.
I got you.
Got you.
That shatter was very risky. I think that was just a prediction shatter that ended up getting 2. Because that shouldn't have gotten our Brigitte, but I think because her thing's broken with her shield. Brigitte doesn't always block shatter, even if she's not jumping. But you guys shatter and you grab dragon. That's like all your ults. They're gone. I think maybe you have nano? No, you don't have nano. You have no fights, no ults for this next fight, other than Bastion ult. Bastion ult's kind of shit, so... This is what caused you to lose this fight. Like, you don't have anything to fight us. We have nano, we have shatter. What else?
They
Beat. We had beat.
cut it out. Cut it out. Ow.
How does that shatter?
Well, that shatter hits you because you're standing in the way of it, forehead.
Crusher has his ult.
We still win.
We win. Yeah, we win.
We win.
Get the bird back.
I'm confused why the call is we win. Call should be we lost, get out.
Go right side. Go right side. Go right side. They're gonna go hard.
It's too late. I'm gonna do that.
You recognize, I think you finally realized that we're playing super aggressive, but nobody has made a plan on how to defend against the super aggressive. This right here, as an actual coaching point, this is very easy to block. I would have took this for the team right here. So what you can do with your shield on Doomfist's ult is wherever your shield is, you can cut off the damage to that side. So you end up like flipping and your Ana dies here. If you don't think, like, if this is coming down, because it looks like it's coming down right now, if you just stood where you're standing and maybe just a little closer to the wall so this connects, and the Doomfist comes down on the health pack, your Ana survives. You'll take maybe like 250, 300 damage, but you'll survive. He won't kill you. Your Ana, though, will be dead. Will die to it. 110%. So you flipping around here to try to block him is you just, like, you save yourself, but you don't save your Ana. Or is it Ana or is it Hanzo? Yeah, no, it's Ana. It's our Ana that's pushed up.
Is this game a joke?
The tilt's setting in. You can hear it.
Oh, Crusher's doing it to them.
Dude, you did it to him, bro.
Do come again.
Retro, I don't know. Then we're getting shattered, bro.
I keep you.
I thought I blocked that. Apparently I didn't.
Crusher, we gotta back up, Rucker. No, we do not.
The thing that was really good about that is we actually kind of coordinated the bomb. I was supposed to charge him or bash him, but Skedaddle didn't do it, and I didn't have charge ready, so that didn't totally work out. But the tilt's setting in here. They're making no adjustments. That's the biggest thing, is the comms have kind of died. It's been mostly turned into just complaining, and nobody's making any adjustments. That's pretty much the biggest thing that's happening right now. And if you wanted to try to swing this game, is you realized coming out of spawn that we're playing really aggressive. You need to either tell your team, which I know you said you were playing with a couple GMs, so maybe it's like, you know, you don't want to tell people that like are higher ranked than you what to do because you don't want to be like that guy, because I get that. I'm like that. But somebody needs to say like, okay, we need to do this, and try to change to either playing goats, playing hyper aggressive yourselves, playing more bunker with the Bastion, and just setting up as 6, because you've been staggered this whole third point. This hasn't been one fight yet. You end up getting killed here. It's just not enough to like. The shatter comes out. Boostio's out. I don't think you guys get a real fight here. The entire third point. You guys are staggered the whole game. The whole round.
Wait, we won this.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, the grab dragon comes out.
Break.
Yeah, you are Crusher. Thank you.
Okay, so you had to use Grab Dragon, and you have no Shatter for this next fight to win that. As a short-lived victory. It's not going to be enough.
Angie?
At least now you're grouped as 6, but you guys haven't made a plan.
Got it out.
There's
got
no
it out,
plan
got
to
it out.
try to win this next fight. Nobody talked about Ice Shattered. Like, I don't know if you saw it, because I know it because I did it, but nobody really said that I've used Shatter.
What's left?
So it's
Hammer
like,
down.
see, yeah, right there, you even said, like, hammer down, but I don't have it. Nobody told you that I already used it. I get pinned. I'm not sure. So right here, this was actually not bad. Is like the Shatter only gets 1, but it's a good 1. It's Ana. So you're still nanoed, and you go after me. The play is right after this Shatter hits is you need to go kill this Ana. Because if you kill this Ana, this actually probably might be a 1 fight for you guys. But you kind of back off. I'm not sure if you're scared of me or the Lucio or whatever it was. But I think you kill that Ana. And the overtime spawns are going to start coming in. But the biggest thing right there is the Ana Shatter. You always want to go after whoever you shattered if it's a high priority target like that. Like the high priority target there was the
Actually,
Ana.
huge charge.
And unfortunately, though, it just didn't pan out. You ended up going for me instead. So let's go from my point. I'll tell you what my thinking is here. So after we leave you, this is the Shatter that nobody talked about on your team.
Sorry, behind you guys.
I have to charge to try to just get some more distance. I missed the Fire Strike. If I hit the Fire Strike on that Ana, it'd probably a completely different fight. So they pop Grab and Dragon to kill us. We have no beat for it.
Oh, I'm so fucked.
We have Rally coming up. We have Beat coming up for the last fight.
Get one more fight.
But nobody said on your side anything, which sucks for you.
This piece is taking out damage by a diva.
Wait, what happened?
So we lose our Ana, so we have to just wait a second. This is general rule for any team ever, is you pretty much have to wait. The only thing is that we don't have a lot of time, and the Rally and the Lucio will be enough, so I have to play very heavy shield walking up here. I get purple, but we still take space. By taking space with the shield up, we're still not taking any damage. And on top of that, too, we're waiting for our Ana to come back. The Bastion being behind is pretty much we need to turn around and kill him now. Because he's so separated from his team, they can't help him. They're not running dive or anything like that. So we're able to actually focus him down, pretty much. I get pinned. I should die there. I should be 100% dead. But the Lucio kind of peels back. He doesn't go for the Ana, he goes for me. Instead of killing our Ana who's on the ground, who I didn't actually know was on the ground. I didn't think she got shattered. I thought it was blocked.
Focus on the bridge.
Get on the cart.
And this is where like things just kind of steamroll after this point. Ana comes up. Doesn't really matter though. This is just cleanup.
Oh, thank God. Oh, no.
And I'm actually going to switch back. I'm not going to show you the defense first. I'm going to show you the offense first of the other team. Okay. I'll let it roll. This Hanzo is nuts. I'm pretty sure their Hanzo was their other GM. So he was actually kind of nuts. But the thing is like, especially playing at higher levels, you need to know that snipers need to be respected, which is why there's a lot of shield on my side and not like the hard carry just fucking swinging my nuts off, which is like what I'm typically fucking around on what's it called? On in like Diamond and stuff. He figures out it's me. I thought this said you look like a fish was is that me? That's why I go ... Let's skip ahead.
You're right. I said I'm not toxic.
Oh yeah, this one he was kind of trying to tell me like he didn't think he was doing well that game, and I was like, nah, you're doing fine. So, what is their plan here? Do they talk at all about plan? It looks like they just run goats at us, but with a no, they run quad tank at us, quad tank. So I don't know if their plan is just to bulldoze me in the front, or they're trying to go straight for the back line. But their quad tank was a decent idea, but they don't focus fire. I'm going to tell you that right now because you'll figure it out.
I killed 3.
Oh, energy.
See, that's the fire strike I was talking about in the beginning. Remember that now. Remember in the beginning I talked about his fire strike? It didn't hit anybody. I timed it so when the door opened, I got it. Their hog popped off on occasion. He did.
Oh,
true.
that's huge. That's huge.
That was our Lucio. He was our easily worst player. He doesn't really play Overwatch. He's just a friend of ours, and that's a big oof right there. So that's what we have to go full defensive mode right away. That charge is a back-off charge. I'm either going to pin him or send him flying, and it gives us some space. I end up getting pinned, but Brigitte saves me, which was pretty big.
That's what we do. We so confusing.
Oh my god.
Now, I want you to see how fast he died, and watch it from my point of view. I'm telling, like, we literally kicked it into high gear on this defense. We were sweating, and I'm telling you right now, that's why I said to him, you were playing fine, because they actually made us really, really try to win this game. Really try.
They're all kind of low.
This is one of the focus fire things, is I don't think they all focused me when he focused me, because it was mostly just him on me. I just look at the time. It's midnight. Good night. All right, John. Thanks for stopping by, buddy. Sorry I couldn't get to yours right away. If I could have, I would have. Do you want me to save yours for?
That was actually the best hook of my life.
And we can try to do another one this week, or do you want to just look at the VOD?
They have
Did Rig get
shatter.
knocked over even though she was bubbled?
100%.
I think so. Yeah. I don't think bubble charges work anymore. By the way, I've been meaning to test it, but I think they changed how bubble charges work. I think it's with Brig too. So, they grab us here, right? And who do they kill? Only Lucio. And they killed him before.
My hooks are actually on point right now.
So there's no charge here to, like, get the Reinhardt out of the way. There's no swinging. You're running quad tank with a Moira ult. This is when you need to be swinging. So the Moira ult is on you. So step into this Moira ult and start swinging, because you won't die to us. We don't have the damage to kill you. But instead, our rally comes out to keep us alive, and our Genji pops Blade? I think he...
Ow!
Yeah, he popped Nano Blade. That was just our random. But from this point on, we had to play really slow because we're down.
Don't let him charge me. Don't let him charge me.
Oh, he's getting charged.
Yeah, but I paid for it with my life. GG's.
It's okay, homie. It's okay. Watch. It's worth it. Watch this hook. You don't get any better than this. Okay.
Another guy.
Tested right after this VOD, please. Zeta, are you around? You want to do some testing?
Wait for it more.
How much is a VOD? It's free. I don't charge.
You go.
I'm not qualified to charge. That's kind of a fucked up thing to do.
Oh, it's all of them. It's all of them.
I go for the shatter. You go for the counter shatter? I'm not sure why you went for the counter shatter. I think it was just like a reactionary thing. Like when Reinhardt sees one shatter, you typically just go for it. But
Punish Rein.
a
Punish
lot of
Rein.
higher
Back.
Reinhardts don't really do that. Yo, Zeta, I got some shit to tell you about that paid coach shit, by the way. I can tell you in a little bit.
It's literally one.
So that fight, like, they did not listen to your
I-
call and go on to me.
I called the.
Oh my
You can hear the tilt, but this is when we're rolling. Like, we are full synced at this point. All of us were fully in
I called the
sync,
Rein.
and we just got pushed out on, and we just got some free ult charge. I think we have ult cycle now for the rest of the game. I think it's GG at this point. I'm playing here guarding, so like he can't really get past me. And if he does try to jump and get past me, he'll get bashed really far out. And if he does get bashed really far out, then it's kind of just GG on him. Our Genji's in the back, nano bladed, so he gets a big target. We play defensive, wait till we healed up, and then we pushed out. So they still don't have Moira yet. So even though they just got the nice shatter there, a bubble was able to keep me alive,
Fuck.
and then they counter grab us after we grab them to stay alive. And like, there's no focus fire here. There's nobody talking, nothing. They're running quad tank. They don't have the damage. They have the sustain. That's actually a big charge. Unlucky on him again. But you go really deep for the kill. which is the biggest thing. Is I'm able actually to block off your heals that are coming in at all. But you're running a Moira, so it didn't really matter anyways. But if you were running an Ana, I stepped in front so you would not be healed.
We're gonna have to touch
You can see the tilt, though.
I can touch.
See, the thing is like, nobody really talked. Nobody was really focusing anything. Quad tank is one of those things, if you do not stand on your Reinhardt's fucking asshole and focus the same target, it's over. Your Winston also in there, like, just whatever, like, stalling is just not enough, because we're just building ult off of him right now.
Wait, Cornable.
Your hog is just gonna get farmed in real quick. I farmed your hog.
I had 4 grabs. Can we not win?
Yeah, 4 grabs, but it didn't really matter. That was unlucky. I saw that. That was super unlucky. I think I was dead during that, actually. No, actually, I was alive, but I ended up seeing that. Unluck on that part. But there's a big difference between your games, Cobb. Wait, which gave another grab for the last. Wait, I was behind them in the grab and stayed behind with 90% energy without anyone noticing, which gave another grab for last fight. That explains it. The thing is, like, they didn't call you out at all. They didn't calm then, because I didn't even know you were there. Like, just watching this VOD, is their comm structure was a lot different than ours. Do you want to see what the difference between this game was, like, especially in an LFG or even a scrim environment? This is the difference. You know what? You're gonna listen to our prep phase too, because we're talking the whole time.
What should I play? Jeff.
Huh? Same thing. We'll just run the same shit.
So they're asking what we should play. So we're trying to check out.
What?
She figured out what my name is, so it's like the next 10 minutes of Jeff.
I have to go.
Same. You're playing for money. Just remember that.
I'm playing
what
return
will
to see
your
your
cat
right.
think if you lose to someone?
Oh, you want to hear this? This is where I'm just getting harassed.
I'm playing
Career
for
on the
money.
line.
Really? I mean, I feel like I'm return to see your right.
Think if you lose to somebody that you're review bots for? AJ, you're so quiet. Jesus.
Yeah, AJ, we can't.
I just don't answer it because I just don't have an answer for that. I was fucking scared. So, remember what I just talked about on your part of the VOD, and I told you to remember? I want you to watch this number in the beginning. Do you review VODs in any specific order? Not really, unless it's like special requests. 28%. I'm starting this game at 29% ult charge. You know what? Let's get a little more. 37 before you guys have hit the choke. You're at 3. So I know you guys go hard here. And I actually got the hog too, I didn't realize that. So you go for the big pin to counterpin me. But my team does a really great job of pocketing me here. I use the cart a little bit for some cover because you guys are running quad tanks, so some of you do have like very even shooting fields, like Zarya and whatnot. So we get the Diva on the ground with a Shatter, which the only reason I had Shatter there is because of how we played in the beginning. So as this fight went, let me back up here if I can. Let me back up here. So this fight, right, this is when things start to hit the fan. We're already at 70%, right? So this is when you guys start to focus me. So I can't do much here other than really shield and try to protect myself. And when I go to shield to protect myself, I can't really fight back a whole lot. So it's like I'm relying on my team to really save me here, but I'm able to get Shatter up because of how I played in the beginning with the what's it called? the fucking the fire strikes.
Lucio, come back. Lucio, come back. Lucio, come back.
I was getting this guy back.
Don't matter.
Through security is what did I wait?
Keep it on. Oh, come
Through security, what did I miss? Wait, what do you mean? Through security, what did I miss? What do you mean? Oh, you missed what I was saying. You might want to go back to the VOD and talk about and look through it. Just because I was talking about like this is what changes the difference between why we won and why you guys didn't win. There's a big difference. Communication, how we focus on our ults, how ults are cycled. We're communicating the whole time.
Keep it on speed. Keep it on. Keep it on. Oh, come out. Speed. Come on out. Come on.
So I make a mistake there, but I call for my Lucio to come get me now, and Zarya comes speeding out immediately, because off-tank needs to come and save your main tank as quick as possible. So he gets fucking hooked because he's out of position. So during this grab, this is the grab I was talking about where you didn't swing with the Moira ult. It's because of how you guys were playing this, that if you swung through this and like actually put a lot of damage into this grab, we probably would have lost.
Mostly keep it on speed.
But you guys don't really focus this. You guys just pummel the shield and don't really step around and try to kill me. So I'm able to keep pretty much everybody alive. Blade comes out.
No, he fucked up.
Big bash. That bash was huge.
Come play with me, play with me, play with me, play with me.
Yeah.
Genji's doing stuff.
Leave him,
I'm making sure my Brig is under my wing at all times. I'm micromanaging her positioning. Because I know she doesn't know like exactly what she's supposed to be doing all the time. So if I micromanage her position, then I'm able to know what she's doing at all times because I'm controlling it.
Back.
Where are you?
Lucio, stop it! Play this corner, on me. Play this corner. Do not peek outside this corner, okay? Lucio, like, I'm
So because I had Shatter? I used Shatter during the fight before. But nobody on your team told you because you were dead.
They have Shatter though, 100%.
I shouldn't have went for that Shatter, but I went for it just to see if I could get it off without you guys getting a Shatter. But you guys counter Shatter? So this is during the beat. I knew I was in trouble here. This is when you're asking for focus fire, and I need to get out. Like, I just walked out, even when you were swinging. Oh, you're poor, Lucio.
I'm dead, but you guys will
We win that fight, though.
Play together.
Easily. So what's the difference between you guys decide and our side?
Go with the team, go with the team.
Pretty much how we're
Get him
communicating.
out, get him out. Just Lucio, just speed boost out,
From back.
I'll be back in...
Also, our Zarya is kind of farming you at this point. This is where I talked about pushing out for staggers, because we grabbed that fight and we're 72 to another
Probably
grab.
like 50% to Shatter.
I'm very close though.
They used a lot of ulcer.
You're giving me full enemy.
They used beat, grab, shatter. Mora.
I have ult. I'm gonna use the reset.
Yep, I'll be ready.
I'm gonna get this one. Bait.
Come on.
So we're waiting for Hoggle to be done and Blade to be done before we pop Grav. If we even need to.
Oh,
I get shattered, so that was the response. We needed it. I go for the counter shatter because you guys are going to come up, and I see you go for the fire strike. I saw you drop your shield for it. It's something I kind of picked up throughout the match. It's not something you weren't predictable, but like it's one of those things that like, it's a further distance, so you want to get some kind of charge off of it.
Fuck back. Put your hook.
Also, our Hog had ult that he could have put into that grab. It's communication things. He needs to be saying like Hog ult with grab then, but nobody really says it. So it's like, look at how our ults were cycled that whole game. It's like there was not a fight where we didn't have an ult. Even the first fight, I had shatter because of how we fire striked in the beginning. This is a bad shatter.
What? Nice shatter.
Help me.
Monkey low. Mora half. More nice. Hog stun.
And just kind of melted down over time. Big difference is our communications
I just went a
as
little
teams,
bit more
though.
for that game than I wanted to, but
Wait, what? They're still on. They're still capping. Rein, get out of here.
Yeah, so we actually had to fucking really try our asses off and really communicate. But clearly I need to speak more, definitely. Because, like, the only difference, though, is, like, especially in the fights, like, if I don't speak a lot of times, I won't shut the fuck up if I need, like, stuff to be happening, like, around me. Like, specifically Brigida or somebody being, like, underneath me because I need her to save my life because I'm going to die otherwise. I need to be telling her what she needs to do to keep me alive. Pretty much, though, you guys were doing really well in the beginning, and your comms weren't totally there, but then as you guys started getting rolling, you can hear the tilt start to set in. There's no plans to change what you guys are doing and how to win. We made changes, we made swaps, we made combos, we announced when ults were coming up, when they were coming out, we called for positioning changes, and that was pretty much the big difference. It's because, in all honesty, in terms of skill, I think we were pretty even with our playing field. Like, we had different positions, obviously doing better. Like, I think your DPS were better than our DPS. And your support line was a little, like, bit better than our support line, but our tank line was a little stronger. So, stuff like that. I like to phrase pre-fight planning is, so you guys want to use A plus B here, so they don't perceive it as me bossing them around, and so they listen more. Yeah, in a solo queue environment, that's pretty good. But in a team environment, you are bossing them. Like, because that is your job. Like, you need to fucking tell them what's up. The thing is, I wasn't tilted because I was doing well. Yeah, you were doing well, but, like, there's a difference between not being tilted because you're doing well and winning the game. And it's like, yeah, you might be like, oh, I'm doing everything I need to be doing. But the difference is, like, even if you're doing well, there might not be enough for your team to win. So it's like I was talking about in the last game, about how the McCree we were just watching was doing pretty well. He needed to be more of the focal point of his team because he was doing all the work. That he needed to be telling his team what he was doing, or playing behind them a little bit more, and maybe asking for some mercy pocket, and asking for, like, you know, what's going on, really, to try to, like, help enable him as much as they can. And by doing so, they're able to probably win that game that we just watched. But unfortunately, though, they don't, and that's the biggest difference between their win and their loss. So in summary, what could I have done better? 100% your communication with your team. You know, you call for my shatters and whatnot, which is very good. You should be tracking on your counterparts' ults. But, you know, you don't really talk about when you're going to shatter, what you're looking for shatter. You don't try to set anything up like, you know, hey, like, let's boop and shatter. Let's not, you know, like, let's bash shatter, whatever, like, you were running. Don't talk about any kind of swaps, especially when you recognized that we were playing hyper aggressive. When we were playing hyper aggressive on the second point going into third, when you were like, they're going to push up, they're playing aggressive, you recognize that we were going to be waiting on the door, right? When you came out right side of spawn on second, you knew that we were going to be waiting there, which I was charging up to it to get there as fast as possible. And I think the play could have either been, let's engage onto them and die on cart, or get all the way out now. And it's like, you guys half-heartedly did neither. So it's like, you guys stayed at the bend, at the choke, where the corner is on third, the first turn. And that's where you got slept. And that's where we ended up kind of like just beginning the steamroll. And you didn't get your grab dragon off until the end of third. So one of those things that you could have recognized is like, hey, like, let's go die in cart, or let's engage onto them, or get out, now. 3, recognizing when you have the opportunity to go and when the opportunity you don't. So when you're bubbled, I saw that sometimes when you were bubbled, you didn't swing or didn't push forward as much as you should. And for another example is when you guys had a grab and your Moira Pop Coalescence, you oh my god, my nose. You guys didn't swing into it, even though your Coalescence was next to you. So you jump into the Coalescence and start swinging because you will survive. You won't die to that. So unfortunately, you guys didn't have enough damage to kill us because of that. And you might not have killed us because there wasn't a lot of damage coming out in general, but that extra damage is more than enough, and you're building ult. But you guys didn't do that. Last one? Oh, you didn't do that. I'm saying not you guys, just you in general. Last one. What did I say for the last one? I think you need a second type of style to play. Mostly what I saw was hyper defensive, play with the team style, which maybe because you were playing with a stack. In the beginning, that was actually what you needed to be doing. Like, it was 100% correct. But that was your only style. It was either that or charge. And charge isn't a good way to go aggressive in a lot of cases. Charge is good for taking space. Charge is good for short charges, but typically it's not a good, way to go aggressive. Because you pinned our Lucio on first into the back corner and killed him, where we ended up all turning around and killing you. That trade of Lucio for Reinhardt is not worth it. It's not worth it at all. Because we just put up shield and just slowly chip your team down and it's over. But, so yeah, I'd say you need a second play style. Like a second one in your head that you just switch. And it's like, you need to be able to do that mid-game.